Hello, hello.
Good evening.
Oh yeah, close the door for me. We'll wait for some people to get here.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
All right, so for the people that are already here, all right, I got something special to tell y'all. The key to making it all work. You pull it up. Pull it up. I did some digging today. Everything is the same. Say everything is the same. Everything is the same. I started off by putting it in the chat so y'all can check it out. So 10 years ago, when I just first got started, you know, um, poking around the internet, um, trying to find the key to financial freedom, trying to tap into what all of the gurus knew, you know. I heard of this thing called a niche. A decade ago, everybody was talking about you need to tap into your niche. You need to find out what's your niche. You need to niche. And back then I thought I knew. Thought I knew what they was talking about, So I was like, okay, my niche is rhinestones. My niche is rhinestones. And that is the niche for me, Um, but I still didn't really understood what niche means. Like, you know what I mean? Niche is find something you love to do and you can do it every day without it feeling like work. Okay. I was like, that's rhinestones, rhinestones for me. I can do rhinestones all day, every day. And it doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. Crafting is fun. So I was like, okay, I found my niche. I found my niche. But to truly understand how to capitalize off of that niche took me a decade, and I'm sure other people it has taken them that long as well, because in order to really understand your niche, you have to live through all the levels of your niche. Perfect example, because I've been trying to teach this to everybody now that I understand it. I'm trying to keep it as fresh as my memory as possible so that I can explain it to everyone as it may apply to them. Okay, so I was talking to a friend and I was like, "What's your niche? What is your niche, my brother?" And he was like, I would say it's music." I say, okay. Hmm. Now it's broad. When you say music, that's a broad category. You know what I'm saying? Uh I say, what about music though? Because music is so vast, in order to understand your niche, you got to break it all the way down to, to your lane, So I'm like, yes, music is such a vast topic. What about music? He say, well, uh, I could teach just about any instrument because I used to be a music teacher. I say, ha, voila. Okay. I say, if you were to niche it down even more, what would you say was your most valuable instrument? He said the drums. I say, now that right there, my brother, is a niche all in itself. It falls under the music niche, but then it falls under the instrument niche, but then it falls into boom, 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 drums. I say, I say, well, I don't even, let's, let me leave that right there. And let's just ask ChatGPT. So we're gonna keep it on this topic right here. So what are the easiest niches to profit from? I went vague with the question, just threw the question out there. What is the easiest niches, right? We're gonna skip past all of this for right now. We're gonna go back to it because I want to piggyback off of what it already told me, and I'm gonna say, how do I monetize my love for drums? Keeping it simple. Keeping it simple. All right. Put a question mark on this. If drums are the thunder in your chest, there are plenty of ways to turn that rhythm into revenue. The trick is not relying on one stream, but building a stack of drum related income streams that all orbit the same passion. So, yes, yes, yes. I'm here to teach you all how to do rhinestones. But in the process of teaching you all how to do rhinestones, it dawned on me, it clicked on me. It's not just I know how to do rhinestones, so I'm gonna create rhinestone apparel, you know. That's where I started. And I was there. I was in that space for a long, long time before it dawned on me again, like, hold on, I can sell rhinestone design templates to others and help them on their journey. And then it dawned on me again, oh, I can sell actual rhinestone templates for people who want to do rhinestones, but don't even want to learn the design part. They'll still be able to create these one-of-a-kind shirts just by using a template. And yes, having a vinyl cutter, but they never got to worry about stone placement or anything of that magnitude. And then, you have other people out here, that chose different streams of income, such as selling rhinestones, such as bundle packets of designs. And then you have me, which I went on to the area or the expertise of a rhinestone trainer. So let's dive into drums real quick. So the number one was teach drums. If you have a love and a passion for anything, it could be calculators. I'm throwing it out there because everything can be a niche. If we were to throw calculators in here, I'm sure it would give me the calculator's blueprint to how to be create a niche market off of your love for calculators. But we're not going to go there. Let's finish this because as I was learning and as I continue learning, everything has the same process. So whether it's rhinestones, whether it's drums, whether it's gym shoes, shoestrings, you name it, it all follows the same format. All right. So teach drums, one of the fastest ways. If you can play, you can teach. Ways to do it: local private sessions, Zoom drum sessions, Zoom drum lessons, beginner drum courses, group classes. Example pricing, break down the per hour private lesson and the 20 per $30 group class, right? You can even create beginner drumming for adults or church drummer boot camp. Teaching skills quickly because knowledge becomes reputable income. A YouTube drum channel. Drum content performs extremely well online. You got content ideas from drum covers to tutorials to practices, breaking down famous drum patterns, drum gear reviews. It all follows the same format as our rhinestone journey. All right. I can't just say my rhinestone journey because I'm teaching y'all everything that I know about how to do it, but it does start with a niche. You have to know your niche, be comfortable in your niche, and decide like what avenue you taking, because you can't take out all the avenues at once. If I would have jumped on every avenue all at once, I would have confused the hell out of myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have jumped on every avenue by myself with no guidance, like if there was somebody telling me like, oh yeah, once you learn how to create rhinestone designs, then you can sell those rhinestone designs online, I probably wouldn't have stayed in the making custom rhinestone apparel for so long. I mean, I'm still in it right now. I'm never going to stop making custom rhinestone apparel, but I'm just saying I was in that space for so long thinking that was the only way to make money from this craft. I was in that space for a good 5-6 years before it dawned on me like, oh, I can create another revenue of income by offering rhinestone design templates for others. Not only for others online, but offering that service to people that is looking for rhinestone designers. So that was a double up, triple up. You got the one making the clothes, two creating the designs and sharing them with others via e-commerce, and then three, the personal business to business people that actually want their design in rhinestones. So it says the YouTube channel, sell drum loops and samples. So let me go back to the YouTube channel. Drum content performs extremely well online. You got drum covers, tutorials, practice routines, breaking down famous drum patterns. And then you have the monetization part of it, which is the YouTube ads, which is the affiliate links for drum gear. So you can also double down, triple down, quadruple down on that stream of income, multiple streams of income, by going to Amazon, getting an affiliate link for drum gear, and now at your link down below, you're selling drum gear in your sleep, from the videos that you're already posting online to the people that are already interested in your niche. I'm telling y'all, I'm getting good at this. The more and more I understand it, the more and more I can apply it to anything. My love is rhinestones, though, so it's always going to be rhinestones. But in the future, I can see myself actually having a niche school, and it's teaching people how to understand the value of their niche, like, because that's part of one of the caveats of all niches. If you can understand it and understand how they work, then why not teach that skill to others? If your sole job here on this planet is to help people, so sell drum loops and samples. I was like, now, mind you, I've tinkered around with making instrumentals and beats or whatever, but we're talking about somebody who learned how to read the notes, who can play, play by ear type of people, the people who, you ain't got to teach them because they was born with the gift, or they learned through their lifetime and they was confident enough to teach and help others. But producers always need drum sounds. So you can sell the drum packs, the drum loops, the tap drum kits, gospel drum fills, live drum recordings, you name it. One good drum pack can sell hundreds of times, just like a rhinestone template. Play for churches or local bands. Many churches and bands pay drummers weekly, so you got the typical pay for that. If you play multiple service or events each week, that can turn into a steady income. Record remote drum tracks. Artists.
Our waist size, this whole metabolic syndrome that that is brewing in many of us that are dealing with high blood pressure. We want to address it.
Okay. That's about to give me high blood pressure. All right. So we got the record remote drum tracks. All right. You can offer custom drum recordings, drum tracks for songs, session drumming, sell drum courses. Now these are all can all be digital. As you can see, they're all on platforms, sell drum courses. If you build an audience, courses become powerful. Beginner drumming, gospel chops, drum field mastery, things of that nature. So you can sell the drum merchandise, as I explained earlier. It says you can even combine drums and rhinestones and create bling drum apparel. That's a niche almost nobody owns yet. So I love ChatGPT. Whenever I'm speaking to it about whatever, it always relays it back to me. Even if I was asking third person, it always ties me in there somehow. And I'm like, but then that's a great example though. It brought out another niche that was two niches together. You know what I'm saying? And now, there might be a lane for somebody who create bling drum apparel. If the artists on stage are already blinging, they got they apparel on or whatever. Why can't the drummers be blinging with with their drum sets? Like I'm saying? So that's crazy. It just created a niche right here. That's a niche almost nobody owns yet. Bing, bing. That's an idea for anybody. All right. The smart way to build a drum income. Think of it like a drum kit. They be having all metaphors and everything. Every piece plays a role. The kick drum, teaching, the snare, YouTube content, the hi-hats or the sample packs, the toms or the session work, and the cymbals or the community and courses. They together create a full rhythm of income. And then it says, if you like, I can show you the step-by-step blueprint to build a 5,000 to 10,000 a month drum brand online, even if you're starting with a zero audience. It's surprisingly similar to the community model you're already building with Rhinestone University. All right. So let's go back all the way up to the top. So I just threw drums in, real simple into the equation and say, how do I monetize my love for drums? Let's go back up and let's see. Because this was real broad, y'all. This was broad. I just said, what are the easiest niches to profit from? Some niches are like gold mines sitting right under people's feet. The demand is constant. The audience already spends money and the problems are painfully obvious. When you solve a clear problem for the passionate audience, profit tends to follow. So when I chose Rhinestones, I essentially chose Rhinestones because I loved buying rhinestone shirts. I love wearing them. I love the feel of elegance, that you get when you wear it because, this shirt was $125. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people ain't going to the store paying $125, just like everybody driving down the street don't own the Benz. So you get a sense of luxury, just like, when a woman is sporting her Coach purse or whatever, and she I paid I paid top dollar for this. So unless you pay top dollar for that's the feeling that you get. So that's ultimately why I chose Rhinestones. I never would have imagined all of the streams of income that goes along with it. When I started my YouTube channel, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm gonna grow, I'm gonna turn into a big YouTube star, whoop-de whoop-de whoop. No, I was just trying to help people that were at the same place I was where, I want to learn how to customize my own jeans. You know what I'm saying? And so I was custom jean making with rhinestones, of course. So they say the money side hustles making income. People never stop looking for ways to make more money. Examples: starting a small business. You got side hustles. You got selling digital products. You got e-commerce, and then you got investing. Why it's profitable. People are willing to pay to improve their financial situation. Courses, memberships, coaching, and communities sell extremely well. It says you're already in this line in this lane with Rhinestone University, teaching a skill that leads to income. Skills and education. Teaching a specific skill is one of the fastest ways to monetize. Examples. If you teach a skill in graphic design, there's a lady in my previous class, Andrea, she's pretty good with her AI graphic design. Uh, I keep telling a lot of people, if there's something that you know how to do very well, uh, don't be afraid that you never taught a class. Don't be afraid that you never even taught anybody. If this is something that's in your mind to do, just start doing it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. If you never start doing it, you'll never do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing that I can tell everyone. If you never start doing it, then you would never do it. So why I get all type of excuses, y'all. Oh, I need to get a better phone. Or I need to get this. Or I need to get that. And I'm like, you got a phone right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you need a tripod, they are relatively cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you telling me a $15 tripod is holding you back from starting? Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be wild excuses. Like, one guy was like, oh, I need to get a 4K camera. And I'm like, if you go get a 4K camera, like, you know what I mean? Then unless that camera is can go live, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you adding another job onto something that you didn't want to do in the first place, because now you got to take the footage from that camera and you got to edit that footage, and you're going to want to edit it, and you want it to be all nice. Like, so that's going to take more time. I'm like, man, just hit the record button. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is at the end of the day. Just hit the record button and start today. Take that 15, 20 minutes time, whatever it is you want to do. Like, you know what I mean? And hit the record button and start today. Because the key to all of it is, at the end of the day, I'm 45. I know I might, damn sure, might not be making Rhinestone Designs at 65. Like, you know what I mean? So the key is to build that legacy from today. We're all going to pass away, at one day. We're all going to get so old to the point to where we can't work anymore, but we still want to have income coming in. Why not build that income first from a skill that you learned, and then you've learned how to monetize it in multiple different ways to the point to where you have multiple incomes coming from that one stream of income that you started a decade ago. So we got the skills and education, graphic design, crafting, rhinestones, tumblers and sublimation, coding, photography. Then we got video editing. Why it works? Oh yeah, y'all gotta bear with me. I'm sorry. So it was 85 degrees here today in Cincinnati, Ohio, and my girl, when we went outside, I was like, how I feel outside? She said, oh, I feel good. It's a little windy. So I was like, all right, put me a sweatshirt on. And obviously, I've had that sweatshirt on since I put it on. And now I just now realize that now I'm back in the house. It is a little hot in here. Tell her to turn the heat down too. Baby, turn the heat down. Turn the heat down, please. It get the bacon in here. All right. So I was talking to somebody else the other day. Photography and video editing. You know how many video editing channels are online where people, I think I started recording with my glasses, where people have video editing channels and are teaching people how to video edit. People are learning how to do photography, why it works. Skills translate directly into income opportunities. If I'm teaching somebody video editing, once they learn video editing, now they can become a they can start making movies, short films, videos, or they can jump right into teaching other people how to video edit, All right. Health and fitness. This niche has been printing money for decades. Who remember Richard Simmons? Like, you know what I'm saying? Been printing money for decades. And there's always people who gravitate to other people when they see, wait a minute, that person right there knows how to not only lose weight, because I saw him lose the weight, and here it is 3 years later, and look at them, they still looking good. Like, I mean, let me ask that person what's their secret, And so that business almost sells itself just simply off of people seeing it happen, Weight loss, home workouts, meal planning, supplements, coaching. Why it's easy to monetize. People want quick transformation, huge repeat customer base, what family fitness, all the little workout places around the world. Hobbies and passion communities. That's us. When people love something, they spend money on it without hesitation. Crazy. Just that one line right there is crazy. Because there's so many people that fell in love with the craft, spent that money without hesitation, and then threw that machine in the closet out of fear of not knowing how to use the machine, So they loved it when they seen it, they definitely spent the money because they was like, oh, this is something I got to do. Without hesitation, they did it, but then they came into a roadblock where they was like, the fear of it all. Examples: crafting, sneakers, gaming, photography fell in there again, cars, DIY projects, why it's profitable, passion creates loyal communities, people buy tools, templates, and training. I say Rhinestones fall directly into this category, the hobbies and passion communities. So business tools and automation. I'm going to eventually get here. I'm not here yet. I'm still in the process of processing AI and what all it can do and how valuable it can be in the sense of running a business and monetizing the business. Businesses constantly look for ways to save time or make more money. So there's a few videos online how to create the business automation tool, how to leverage it to businesses to help their business, but it's a lot. it's a lot. And as I learn more, I will be sharing more. But business tools and automation, that's a big one. They say will be taking over in 2026. So learn as much as you can about business tools and automation. Wow. Relationships and dating. People invest heavily in relationships, dating advice, marriage coaching, confidence coaching. Why it works? Emotional problems create high motivation to buy solutions. Wow. I didn't even know. They slid that right on in there. Lifestyle status niches. I was just talking about this. So these niches thrive on identity and status. Sort of like number one on the list is luxury fashion. I was into luxury fashion. That's how I started my niche. Sneaker culture. I just showed y'all a few days ago, what people are paying for these rhinestone sneakers, and that's just the rhinestone ones. Imagine the ones that they went all out, and they got gold and all sorts of stuff on the sneaker, I've seen people do taking put the LED strip that that you can change the lettering and change the text and stuff. I was in Vegas last year and I'm like, oh, they got these in hats now. That's dope. They had them in the sweatshirt and everything. Like you could be a walking billboard and just be changing the sign as you walking down the street. Dope. People buy because it represents who they are. They say custom rhinestone apparel sits beautifully here. All right, the second formula behind easy niches. The easiest niches usually have three things: a painful problem, a passionate audience, and a clear transformation. Once I realized that I had a niche, and once I started understanding, okay, so what problem do I solve for people in the rhinestone community? And I was like, oh, I got it. I can start creating rhinestone templates, I can place them on my Etsy channel, that way people can easily, create rhinestone apparel, without the design part. I solved a painful problem right there, and just with the rhinestones in general, you already clear the lane for a passionate audience, And then three, with the videos and showing how to do it step by step, you already have that clear transformation. So before I buy rhinestone templates because I can't design, after I design my own templates and sell them online. That transformation is powerful. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to get you from buying rhinestone templates to actually creating your own. The easiest niches are where people are trying to make money, improve themselves, or express identity. Those markets never go away, So if your ultimate goal is to not only design rhinestone templates, but also become a trainer, these markets are never going to go away. If you look at school in general, it is totally set up for niches. It is totally set up for niches. And somebody was like, oh, this is funny. So I got a brother, he has a TikTok channel, and I grabbed his phone, went into ChatGPT, and I gave him the blueprint for his TikTok journey. And he was sitting in the car every couple of seconds. He was like, oh man, I knew this, man. I just haven't been doing it. And I was like, uh, see? A couple more seconds later, he's back there chuckling again. Oh man, that's crazy. Because he said I had this thought in mind too, but I just never. I say, bruh, I've been telling you to just do it. Hit that record button. Content is key. Without the content, you just a voice. You just somebody rambling. With that content, they can see for themselves and be like, oh yeah, like what I'm saying, I know. Okay, so they say, wait a minute, these are the easiest niches where people are trying to make money. Those markets never go away. And then I like how it does it. It say, if you want, I can show you 10 hidden niche markets that are quietly making people 5 to 50,000 per month online. Some of them will fit perfectly with the rhinestone community you've already built. So because I was saving this for the class here, and I never got down all the way to it and read this part, let's just copy and paste this part, since I've already took it to the monetization love of drums, and then we just gonna paste this in, and then I'll get rid of this beginning part. I'm gonna say, yes, please show me. All right, boom. And then it's off and running. Some niches look quiet on the surface, but underneath, they're humming like a well-tuned engine. No giant influencers, no loud hype, just steady buyers with wallets already open. These are the kind of markets where creators quietly pull 5K to 50K per month because they solve very specific problems. Here are 10 hidden niches that fit extremely well with the creative and apparel crowd around Rhinestone University. Hmm. Okay, so we've already explained the design templates, what they sell, Rhinestone templates, SVG bundles, Canva templates, shirt graphic, why it works, digital products, no inventory with unlimited sales. Example model: sell a $7 template bundle, 1,000 sales, you generated $7,000. Your students could literally turn their class projects into Etsy inventory. So uh, yes, you can sell the one $7 design 1,000 times, in a month. I would say in a month, yes, you can. But it'll also take the accompanying video that shows where they can find the product at. Hey everyone, check out at the link down below. Check out my Etsy shop where you can find this design right here. Now you're giving them an easy click link to go find that design, but then that design comes with the accompanying step-by-step video of the person putting it together, which turns that fear of I don't know what to do into a learning experience for that person that's going to continue to keep buying your templates, especially if they come with the video on how to put it together. What? All right. Micro apparel brands, small niche apparel brands are exploding. Oh yeah. See, uh, I don't even touch this lane. You know what I mean? I don't even touch this lane because this wasn't my lane. Like, you know what I mean? If I had a woman that was doing it with me, that'd be her lane. She'll be all over that lane. If my girl was in on this rhinestone business with me, this would be her lane. Cheer mom shirts, dance team apparel, nurse bling shirts, softball mom, rhinestone tees. Why it works? People love identity clothing. A single niche brand can do 10,000 monthly with just a few viral designs. Rhinestones absolutely dominate here. They do. They dominate here. But, uh, I I sell to the more masculine community when it comes to actual clothing, but when it comes to digital designs, I create for everyone, you know. So that's sort of uh my whole back, but I love creating new designs, for men. People who craft want to learn how to make money crafting. For sure. Products, courses, membership community, design bundles, coaching. This is literally the lane Rhinestone University sits in. Knowledge niches often produce the highest margins. So you got print on demand niches. I be seeing these on when I be watching my YouTube trainings, and I'm like, man, it has to be a lane though that you feel comfortable in, and uh and it doesn't feel like work. So if you're on there and you're on the print on demand niche, I mean, first you got to learn it. So that's learning that niche and how to apply it to your thoughts in order to make it work. So I've been down this lane. I was like, nah, that ain't my lane. You know what I mean? Uh, to some people, it may be. I watch these videos and I'm like, oh, that seems so neat. But it's a different type of designing. You're designing in these apps, and putting together the shirts or the products that look good that you then send to the company. Well, then once the customer chooses your item and they're like, "Oh, I like that teddy bear tee," they're gonna buy it, and then the print on demand company is going to make it and ship it for them. So all essentially you did was create the design, put it on the marketplace, and maybe you did a little bit of advertising for it if you're an advertising person like me. All right. A niche with 5,000 obsessed fans is more profitable than a general audience. And then you got it's quickly becoming one of my favorites is the AI and creative workflows. Many creators want AI to speed up design, products people sell, prompt packs. I definitely got to get into selling prompt packs. You guys will get the AI design training as part of the Rhinestone training because trust me, we gonna design fast within AI workflow courses. Okay, AI for t-shirt designers. This niche is quietly exploding. It's exploding. Since I'm on this niche right now, I'm trying to keep it as niche based as possible. Every day, I quietly invite people to join this lane right here. If you doing good with your own AI designs, people will want to learn from you. Trust and believe me. All right. Local business marketing templates. Local businesses hate marketing. Creators sell social media templates, flyer designs, and templates. Target markets, barbershops, nail salons, food trucks. Simple Canva packs can generate thousands monthly. I understand this and I like this part about it, but what I have learned from just working in the industry, especially these three, 9 times out of 10, they already got their designs, or they already done. I mean, if they made it to the point to where they are a barbershop, they are a nail salon, or they are a food truck, 9 times out of 10, they already got what they need, but it doesn't help. I mean, it doesn't hurt to actually walk into their shop, and then maybe you can see some things that you may point out that may increase their income. Like, hey, you ever thought about getting a new sign, man, and placing it right here, with all of, whatever it is that you do, because I don't see no sign in here that that says the cost of just a shave. I see it say haircuts 10 or whatever, or $50, but I don't. Do y'all offer that service here? Just ask general questions, and then that makes tell the business owner, he got a point there, and now you just talked up a sale. So we got digital pattern libraries. Oh, okay. So this is our lane as well. The huge market in crafting examples. You got embroidery patterns, laser cut files, vinyl cutting designs, rhinestone patterns. 3D design files. They all live right here. Some shops have 10,000 plus digital files. I got close to that in my arsenal. Every file becomes a permanent sales asset. So you got the hobby communities. People pay to belong with people who share their obsession. Sneaker collectors, 3D printing groups, woodworking communities, crafting communities. All right. We got event and celebration designs. Oh yeah. The Zodiac designs actually fall into this category because Zodiac designs fall into the birthday category. You know what I mean? So we got birthday shirt designs, graduation, wedding party, apparel. We got family reunion designs. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, that's a big one right there. As much as I love doing the family reunion designs, and as much as I love making the money from doing 100 shirts, yeah, after you do so many orders for 100 shirts, your mind is going to start thinking like, ooh, there has to be another way, especially if you're a one-person band like me. You know what I mean? My girl helped me from time to time, but 100 shirts, whoo, I got an order coming. She said it's gonna be 200 shirts, and I'm like, okay, bring it on. I haven't done a big order in a minute. Well, I just did one. I just did one in November, December. So bring it on, bring it on. Bring it on, bring it on. Let's see here. Event and celebration designs. Okay, we passed that. Skill-based creator schools. Okay, that's sort of like what we got going on here. This is one of the most profitable hidden niches online. People pay to learn skills like graphic design, sublimation, laser engraving, rhinestone design, Shopify stores, you know. They keep coming up and throwing other niches out there, and I love it because if you know how to, I tried Shopify. Shopify didn't work for me, you know. I tried Shopify, I tried eBay. Yeah, those are the only two that I tried before I tried Etsy. And then I tried Etsy and I started getting sales on Etsy. So I started doubling down, tripling down on Etsy, you know, and I was advertising on my Facebook page, my new Etsy Rhinestone Designs every day. And so if one lane doesn't work, you know, uh, it's okay. It's okay to say, okay, let me stop paying Shopify and let me switch over here to Etsy, you know, and don't just say, okay, I say 3 months. So that's how long I stayed on each one before I switched to the other one. It was 3 months of uh, working it every day, you know, trying to um, create a profit. And I'm like, you gotta tell yourself when to pull the plug, you know, you gotta tell yourself when to pull the plug, because if you're not making any money and you're just losing money, you know, that's not good either. So I started at Shopify. I did 3 months on Shopify without a sale. Maybe if I tried it again now with what I know, maybe it'd be different. But I was like, Shopify wasn't for me. Maybe for you. So don't let me deter you from that. Then I tried eBay. I was like, oh, there's people with eBay shops on there, and and I was listing stuff on eBay. Maybe I was listing used stuff and new stuff on eBay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was all over the place. I didn't zone in on a particular niche. You know, I didn't open a rhinestone shop on eBay. I was like, I'm gonna sell stuff on eBay, you know. And I was like, I don't no longer want these shoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? They still look new, but I don't wear them. I posted them on eBay. You know, I was posting all sorts of stuff on eBay. Never sold nothing in 3 months, you know. I was like, oh man, hmm. I stumbled upon Etsy. I seen all of the rhinestone designs that were online at the time. My left brain told my right brain, bro, your designs are 10 times better than all those designs on there. Put your designs on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it took me maybe a week to get my first sale, you know, and I was like, just to hear that little bell go shashing, my girl was like, what was that? I was like, I don't know. I checked my phone and seen that I had made some money while we was just sitting there on the couch, like watching TV. I just made some money. That was the first time that had happened to me. I was like, I'll be damned. I'm gonna put all my designs on Etsy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started uploading all sorts of designs on Etsy, you know, not really understanding what was copyright, what was not, like, you know what I'm saying? What was deemed official for Etsy and what was not, you know. So through the course of my time, I was getting a copyright strike here, there, you know. And so every time I got one, I was like, oh, okay, so I can't do that. And I would remove everything, you know, that was associated with what I considered copyright, or what they just dinged me for. And then ultimately one day, with without even a warning, they shut my shop down, you know? And I was like, okay. But that was after me seeing a lot of other people's shops get shut down. And then when they shut my shop down, if I find tooth, went through my site with a fine tooth comb, I would have swore there was nothing on there that could have been deemed copyright. Everything on there was something that I had designed. But on to new things, you know. So after that, after my Etsy shop was closed down, they had shut down one stream of my income, you know. So I'm like, I have to replace that stream of income with another stream of income. So my Patreon was born. My Patreon, in my mind, is 10 times better than my Etsy, you know, although people, I mean, you can still go on my Patreon and search through the designs, you know, and download which one you want, you know. But they're all designs that I'm pretty much sharing with that community, you know, and they get to go on there and download those whenever they want to, you know. So for your subscription to my Patreon, you get all of the designs monthly, you know, that I share with my Patreon members. And there's some good ones, you know. It's just not me sharing designs that don't convert, you know, or designs that people don't want. It's some exclusive stuff in the Patreon. All right. Um, let's see here. So the family reunion designs, that's where we were at. Skill-based creator schools. Nope, this is where we were at. All right. The real opportunity in front of you. You're actually sitting at the intersection of three extremely profitable niches: crafting, skill education, and digital design access. So if I'm going to teach y'all anything, I felt like we should definitely start here, you know. And so this is a pre-course, because I'm gonna teach it all again, you know, on the first day, you know. But I wanted to share this with people, you know, who wanted to join me tonight to double down, triple down, quadruple down on it's all about niche. It's all in the niche. And once you learn and understand your niche, I don't even want people creating rhinestone designs until they understand the niche part of it, you know, because that niche part of it was where I was lost at for so long. If I would have understood it back when, you know, I may be, you know, 10 years ahead of my time now, you know. And so, does everybody understand it? I know it can be confusing when you're hearing it for the first time, you know, and trying to piece it all together, but it really is in choosing your niche. If you, let's say this real quick. Somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna open up my channel," and he said he was gonna do. He said he was gonna do DTF printing. He said he was gonna do singing, and he said he was gonna do uh uh powerful motivation. I said, bruh. I say niche it, don't mix it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niche it, don't mix it unless it makes sense. So the next person I was talking to, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start my channel and it's going to be singing and fashion." I was like, "Hold on. I know earlier I said niche it, don't mix it, but this guy, you know, he has like the perfect idea to the point to where he gonna be sharp, he gonna be dapper, like, you know what I mean? And every time he sing a cover song, you know, at the end of the video, he has the opportunity to say, yeah, and if y'all like this blazer that I got on right here, you know, and the sneakers, I mean, and the shoes or whatever, you can purchase this fit at your link down below. And also, you know, how I keep my beard so nice and neat, you know, we also have the beard oil down there as well. Peace. I'm out. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I say that's a good one. That's a good one, brother. Like, you know what I mean? We all in the same car. Like, you know what I mean? Talking about this stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And one guy, like I said, he had mixed it, the DTF with the singing and with the motivational speaking. I was like, nah, niche it, don't mix it. And then the other guy in the back seat just so happened to throw two niches together that actually works. Like, you know what I'm saying? It works, especially if that's your angle every day. You know what I'm saying? If that's your angle every day, and you're monetizing not only the value that you're giving them, you know, as far as the entertainment or whatever, you know, singers, they can have apprentices or whatever to where they actually teach them how to sing. So these guys that I'm speaking of, they actually are in the community getting paid off their passion. You know, one guy's he's a drummer at a church and he's getting paid on a weekly retainer, you know, to be that drummer every Sunday. Like, you know, we have another guy who sings at weddings, who sings at funerals, you know, and they're actually booking and getting booked all the time. All the time. You know, my guy's like, hey, yeah, I got another show tonight. And then I got one next Friday. I'm like, okay. So since y'all have acquired this type of lifestyle, I say, did you know that y'all can teach other people how to do the same thing? And I don't think they believe me, or I don't think they have enough faith in themselves to say, wait a minute, bruh, you right. You right. I say, bruh, the one that said he wanted to do the motivational coaching. I say there's been plenty of times, you know, where you know we bumped into each other and you on the phone doing your motivational shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, I know. I say, you can do that, bro. You do it every day, all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Without even trying. Yeah, man, I know, man. I'm gonna get on it, man. I'm gonna get on it. And after hearing this stuff so many times from so many different people, I'll be like, okay. So it feels good to be with like-minded individuals who actually see the process, who actually see the plan, versus people who's like, yeah, bro, I hear you, man. But first I gotta get me a new camera, man. Like, and I'm like, I started with the camera that I had. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't as good as this camera that I got now, but that was 10 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't fancy at all, you know. It was an Android at best, you know what I mean? Not even the top of the line Android. That phone was slow as I'll get out. Like, you know what I mean? I still managed to hit record. And I'm glad I did, you know. All right, let's jump into. I know I was just talking y'all head off, but y'all have to know this part. This part is the key part, and I did not know this part for the longest amount of time, which kept me so stagnant in my thinking and my behaviors. Let's jump into some design here. Now, the people who haven't decided, you know, to check their calendars and to say, "Hey, Ray's in there doing something," like, you know what I mean? Um, they would just miss out, you know. They catch it on the back end when I post it, you know. But I just thank you all for being here with me tonight. I said I wasn't going to do any designing until the start of the class, but I love doing it so much, and I just uh, want to give y'all a head start for being here with me. All right. So we're going to do something real simple. Real simple. I'm going to pick a design.
Hey, Ray, can I ask
Yeah.
a question?
Yes.
So, like, can you do a design just in CorelDRAW? Maybe not an image, but a design with words?
All right. You asked me to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who was that just said that? I wasn't looking at the screen. My bad.
It's Marchetta.
Okay, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do your name.
Thank you.
All right. And let's see here. We're going to start off with the text tool. And so on the left-hand side, we have our text tool. We'll grab our text tool, and we're going to type out Marchetta. Marchetta. All right, all right. I'm going to make it kind of big simply because of the length of the name. So I'm making this one starting out. Well, I'm saying starting out.
My nickname is Teresa, so you can do that. Tresa, which is
Okay.
simple, more simpler.
Tresa.
Yep.
All right. All right. All right. So right here at the top, after you type the name out, you do have your fonts right here that you can pick and choose from. Some people may like to go up here because that way you can see what the font looks like down here at this bottom line down here. Or some people may want to actually open up the design wizard. All right. And they may want to choose their fonts from this arrow right here. And then there's all the fonts down there. But in order to see the font, you actually have to click on it versus up here, you get to just scroll down and it changes down here. And it changes right there. All right, all right. That one right there, that one is nice. I like that one right there. So if we go to our wireframe, which is located right here at the top, and don't worry about me not going over all of this. We're going to go over all of this first day of class. But right here, that's your wireframe. If we click on it, we can see that the letters are overlapping. With all cursive fonts, the letters will overlap. So what you have to do so that they're no longer overlapped is you can do a Control Q. Oh, it just turned into curves and didn't and they were still overlapped. So you can actually, let me click off of it first. When you click on it, you click right here and you weld them together. You weld those letters together and watch what happens. Boom. So they're no longer overlapped anymore. We can come off of the wireframe back to the regular view. And there we have it. Tressa. All right. We're going to make this a little bigger. So let's make it like 10 and a half. All right, we'll deselect it. All right, so we got our name, and we can go to the place and fill tab. Don't worry about all of these tabs either, because you're only going to use half of them. You're going to use the edit tab, the place and fill, the text effects, the mock-ups, and the templates here, and the export. As we get further down in the class, we'll play with the rest of the others. But for 10 years, I haven't had to touch none of those, But we'll play around with them. So right here, we're going to go to the place and fill tab. There's a few things we can do here in the place and fill tab. We can add rhinestones. So let's click on Tressa. We're going to click here. We want the stones to be in the inside. We want to add stones for sure. We're going to keep it on one island for now. And then the spacing, you'll keep it at 0.02. The fill line spacing is, I like to change mine to automatic. Yours may be on like 0.14 or something like that. Contour spacing is 0.075. That's always the contour spacing when you're dealing with SS10 size rhinestones. All right. Hatch angle at 0. And I like to click and check on my corner detect angle and change that to 130. So now here's what we have. I'm going to click on island field. I'm going to clear the paths. And I'm going to merge overlapping objects here. So always a 3-part process. We can't see the stones right now because the stones are jet black, same as the text. So if I just change the color of the stone, there we have our trestle. And that's pretty good. It's pretty solid. You know, upon first glance at it, we're like, oh, that's ready to cut. That's ready to send to the cutter. It is in a way, but then there's some little fixes that you have to fix. You know, when I first got started, I tell people this all the time. I didn't even notice those imperfections. I went straight on, there go the design, there go the design. And I sent it to the cutter. I didn't notice none of this little stuff until I'm brushing the rhinestones into the template. I'm like, oh, I could have fixed that. But it still look good. It still look good, you know. And I just went on about my business, you know. And the customers were still happy. Nobody complained and was like, oh, yeah, this line right here. Look at this line right here, man. That line look crazy. They were just as excited as I was because custom rhinestone back 10 years ago was still pretty new. All right, so let's fix this though. We got all of these stones that are off of that line. I'm gonna just delete those. When I first got started though, I was trying to move them back onto that line and then equal space it. We just gonna delete them all together because we're gonna grab this one here, hold shift, grab this one here, continue holding shift and grab that one there. We're just gonna equal space between those 3. So we hit equal space here and add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, add a stone. Maybe add another one and shift and clear the path. Now that gap is closed. I can, if I wanted to, say for instance, this was going to be all rhinestone. So there's no black that's going to be on the shirt. I can go ahead and visually see that if I did it like this, place a stone there, place a stone there, I can grab these 4 and equal space and close that gap up as well, making sure that none of the stones touch and shift and clear the path. So now that T is ready to go. Let's look at the R. Visually, I would just grab this one. Well, look, they came separated a little bit because it didn't know what it wanted to do right here. So I would just delete this one and that one. And I'll start right here. Boom. And I'm going to close up this gap here. An equal space. Add a stone, shift and clear the path. Now, if I want to, I can even move this one over just a little bit and go ahead and equal space on down here and close the top of that up like so. Add a stone, shift and clear the path. That doesn't look bad. I like it. Like right here, I feel like I can get one more stone in there. So I'm going to grab all of those stones by holding shift as I select them and then equal space and add a stone. Shift and clear the path. So now that R is looking pretty good. But right here, see, when I first got started, I wasn't noticing any of this stuff. I'll delete this one, maybe this one, and then delete this one. I'll probably start like right here. And I'm going to equal space those stones together. Boom. Add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, shift and clear the path. Perfect. Now that R and E is good. Look, it does it again right here coming out of that curve. So I'll delete that one, that one, and that one. I'll go ahead and delete that one and all of these right here. Maybe except that one. I'll leave that one right in the center so that it can regain its walk. Its walk on down the letters. So we're going to start at the top. I'm going to just grab all of these along this side here. And hopefully it will. But hopefully they just connect all together, even through this lump right here in the S. And then it changes again and it goes back into the E. So let's see. Equal space. Okay. Add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, add a stone. So you see how placing that stone in the center, it allows the stones to still follow their path as I add the stones back into the design. Shift and clear the path. So it did follow that straight down here, and then it went through the curve here, and then back out the curve onto the E. All right. With curves like this at the top, I like to delete a few, as always. And then I'll start like right in there and just grab all of these, stopping about right there, and equal space. Add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, shift and clear the path. Boom. So we're almost done with Tressa's name. I'm going to grab this stone. I'm going to just place it right here. Boom. I'm going to just equal space. Probably do it. Uh-oh. So I accidentally selected the black area. So as you can see, when we hover over the rhinestones, we got that one. We got that one. You can see the crosshair on them. But then you can also see the crosshair on the black. I accidentally selected that. All you have to do is hold shift and deselect it. Now that crosshair goes away, and you can see that that area is no longer highlighted. It no longer has the crosshair in it. So crosshair, crosshair, crosshair. This is where we need to start back at. I'm going to hold shift, start there, and continue my selection. Equal space. Add a stone, shift and clear the path. Now this one came up just a little bit here. I'm going to just bring him back down in there. Boom. Okay. Q. Let's fix our S. Huh. That wasn't bad. Came out pretty good. Let me move him down just a little bit. Delete that one. Delete that one. I used to try to fix all the stones, y'all. And it took me so much time, but I didn't know any better either. So I was moving the stones here, moving the stones there, and still equal spacing the row all the way around. So as I learned quicker workflows, I definitely got faster. Like I didn't have to do all of this S, but those needed to be equal space. And then all of this need to be equal space. So I'm like, I might as well equal space them all. I don't want the top looking more equal space than the bottom. So I'm going to equal space the whole row. And that's the only time I equal space the whole row is if I got to do both sides of it anyway. Boom. Add a stone, shift and clear the path. And look, I might even move this one in just a little bit and add another stone right here. Voila. All right, now we're about to do this A right here. And then after this, we're going to do something a little fancy before I let y'all go. Y'all going to like this. From people that have taken my previous training, I think they may know what I'm about to do, so don't spoil it. It's going to be a moment for new people. Boom, equal space, add a stone, shift and clear the path. All right, let's just fix this A right here. I'm going to delete that one, and that one. And start inside the curve, bring it out. Now let's just go all the way up because it's only a few more stones. All right, boom. Add a stone, add a stone, add a stone, shift and clear the path. All right, I'm gonna delete this one and I'm gonna just equal space this all the way on down. All right, so with the place and fill tab, you can do rhinestones, but you also in the place and fill tab, you can do outlines as well. So if you turn off the add stones here, so we're not going to add stones. We already added the stones. We're going to change the position of the island from the inside to the outside. So we're changing on outside. And we'll just leave it like this for right now. And I deselected it so that way I can select it again. And I'm going to just hit the island fill here. As you can see, it put a real thin island of 0.075 around her name. So if we were to change it to blue, we'll have that blue outline around her name. All right, let's go deeper. So it's on 0.075. If we move that up to 0.1, now it's going to be a thicker outline. So let's hit the island fill, and it's a little thicker. I'm going to take it back and let's go 0.2. Island fill. Now we have a thick portion. We are changing it to blue. And we're going to deselect. All right. As you notice, the name has an outline on it. It's a little blue outline on it right there. We can just click on the blue and right click on this X to get rid of that outline. All right. So, but wait, there's more. So after we move the black, we can see that the Tressa, the island that we placed onto Tressa was nothing but an island that populated underneath it. So, as you can see, there's the black island on top and then the blue island on the bottom. We want to click on our black island, hold shift, click on our blue island, and trim through that island right here. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fifth one on the TRW toolbar in the welding section. So trim. So now we no longer need this black. I'm going to just nudge that out because I like saving all parts of my design. So I'm going to nudge it out. And I have my nudge set on 15. So let's just nudge that on out. Boom. So now we have our Tressa, the outline in blue with the yellow stones. Let's place that on the shirt so she can see it. We're going to mock up tab. We got women's. We're going to leave it on the burnout shirt. And we're going to hit simulate stones here. We're going to just click on the shirt. Boom. And there we have it. We have her name on the shirt, and it's ready for her to save it and send it to the customer for approval. But wait, there's more. I'm going to add a little bling to this so that they can see that, oh, those are rhinestones. I can see the bling already. So I'm going to, let me do that again. Uh-oh. Turn it off. Let me delete this one so y'all can see what I'm doing. Hit add bling, add the bling, and then turn it off. The reason I do that is because that bling right there is kind of large. I like to resize the bling down to an appropriate size that is not too big or gaudy for the mock-up. And then I can take it, grab the bling, and then boom, make my I'm pressing space bar to just drop another bling onto the design. And that way we can get a little shine on it. Boom, boom. I like to bling the edges to where the bling touches the vinyl because it looks better. So now, what's your favorite color, Tressa?
Red.
Okay. Ooh, let's go with the red here. Let's go with clear stone. So I'm going to click on one stone. I'm going to select all the same size and color, which is the third box here. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to right click on the stones and I'm going to group those all together. So now when I click on one stone, I'm selecting them all and I can change them all at once. Boom. Now let's go with a black shirt. Now let's say we want to add the highlights and show the shadows of the shirt. We right click on the color. So let's right click on white. So now we have the shirt and you can see the shadows and everything to it. Now let's say she's like, oh, I love it. I love it. Can the red be glitter?
My bad, Ray. Can you do the shadow one more time? My bad.
Who said that?
It's me, not Lola.
It's Juana. You already know how to do the shadow.
Come on.
All right. You know I'm just messing with you. So we click on the shirt. And let's say we're gonna change the shirt purple. All right, but say it's one of those it's got a crazy type of wash on it, you know. If we right click right here on the blue, now you can see it has that purple with the shadows of the blue. Let's right click on the white and now it's going to change those shadows to white. So if the shirt was blue and we right clicked on the black, it's going to change those shadows and the stress marks inside the shirt to black. So it's the left click on the shirt to change the shirt color, right click on the color to change the highlights of that shirt. Let's say we wanted red glitter. I want my stuff to pop. We come right here to the vinyl side of the design wizard. Right up under the $, you have this little arrow to select the vinyl library. You can change this to glitter. Now let's say we want to change it to glitter red. Let me make sure I'm on the actual text. So I'll click on the text and change it to glitter red. But wait, there's more. So as you can see right here, you can tell that's glitter. Definitely tell that's glitter. But let's say we wanted to accentuate it even more. Right here, right up under the arrow sign, you have this box here. And when you click on that box, you can select from small glitter to medium glitter. To medium glitter to large glitter to extra large glitter. So now it's extra glittery. When I zoom in and I change it, you can see the difference. I like using the extra glitter. Boom. And now we have it. We have the mock-up ready to send to our customer. We're just going to highlight it like such and go to export. And we're going to type out Marchetta Tressa, and then we're just going to export it. When you're exporting mock-ups, I export them as a PNG. That way it will have a transparent background, and in case they want to use it as some sort of graphic, maybe on their site or whatever. If you wanted to have the white background, you'll save it as a PNG. I mean, a JPEG. So PNG for no background, transparent background, JPEG for white background. And export. Excellent Dreams mockups. I put all my mockups, of course, in the mockup folder. And there we have it. That looks pretty good. And we did it
I like it.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
We did it pretty fast and pretty simple. You know, that's the software in a nutshell. You know, it gets I will never use the word complicated. It gets more in depth the more we go, but at the end of the day, I would say it's muscle memory. You know, once you do something a few times, you know, it's going to stick with you and say, okay, if I'm doing a fill, I got to do the fill, to clear the path, and to merge overlapping stones. So in this one simple design that we've done, you will see the more as we go through more training, every design follows the exact same process and the step that we did today. After you do your fill, you're going to do your equal spacing. You're going to move a few stones depending on your style and your flavor, depending on how you want this R to loop-de-loop around in there, depending on how you want your letters to loop-de-loop, and you're going to adjust your lines and equal space your way through the design till completion, and you're ready to go. The more difficult the design, the more equal spacing you're going to do, the more manipulating of rhinestones you're going to do, and you're going to walk through the same process, the same steps until completion. Sometimes completion can be 15 minutes. Sometimes it can be 4 days, depending on the design and depending on how much time you're willing to put into that design to create it. Because I got some designs, y'all, they look good, but they took days, you know, hours here, hours there, you know. I'll get to a point in the design and be like, yeah, I like it, but I don't like it, and I'll change a whole side of it or whatever. You'll get there. You
I
will
got a
get
question.
there. Go right ahead.
So maybe this another class because I know you about getting ready to get off now. But the other day when I exported it and sent it to Cricut, why didn't it open the size it was supposed to be?
I don't know. We'll definitely touch on that.
That's Cricut for you. That's Cricut
Yeah,
messing up
yeah.
because
That is Cricket.
it
When I
hardly
first
ever
started
do that.
doing,
It hardly ever bring in the
right,
right size.
when I first started doing rhinestones back in 2019, a lot of YouTube influencers said they had been in contact with Cricut to change it. You know, they was updating the machines and everything. Why not work on this software so that it can be more user friendly with rhinestone files? And they've never changed it. So it's a Cricut issue.
And
It
see, I had
is.
never had a problem with it with Cricut. I would just do it and it would go in that size. So I thought I was doing something wrong.
So here's and we're gonna play around with it, but I think I have the answer, or maybe not, because somebody may say, nah, that ain't it. I was playing with somebody the other day. I was doing a training, and I think it depends on what the file format is. Like if it's SVG and it's always SVG, it may get it spot on. But if you're bringing in a PNG or a JPEG design, I think that's when it automatically resizes it and does its own thing. But we're going to do a trial and error on that to get to the root of it. How that sound?
All right.
Ray,
Sounds good.
it does it with the SVG too. Sometimes it brings it in with the right size. That's the reason why when I export my files and save them, I always put my size in there because Cricut don't always bring it in the right
Right.
size. Sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. You know, Cricut have issues.
You're right.
Sometimes you
Sometimes it
feel like a
do,
nut, sometimes they don't.
sometimes it don't. I want to by the end of the training, hopefully, um, figure out a workaround to say, okay, this is how we do it. That way we don't have to worry about trying to resize it. But if it's a Cricut problem and it's a Cricut problem, then we'll just always size our files and put the size of the file in the CorelDRAW document as reference. So if anybody has ever received any of my files, I have a file that's named the guide file, and it has all of the sizes of every component to the design listed right up under that part of the design. So if it's an outline file, this is the size that the outline file should be, and you'll have no issues.
I got one more question.
Go right ahead.
Today, my birthday. Y'all want my Cash App?
Feel free. I mean,
Happy birthday, Juana.
happy birthday. I know some people might be like, I don't believe you. We need more info. Show your ID, like, you know what I mean? And then we got your address, like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I'm
So
gonna put my finger over it. Get you some black tape. I got some electrical tape.
Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday. We ain't gonna ask how old you are. We know you only 38. So happy 38th birthday.
Look, I ain't gonna tell that story with you, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all in 2 days.
Okay,
So
so y'all don't want my Cash App?
place it in the
Say nothing.
chat. Place it in the chat.
Okay, I'm gonna put it in the chat. See what love got to do with it.
What's love got to do with it? I heard you.
No, I'm over.
All right. I didn't. So tonight, my apologies, y'all. I was so excited to jump right in and give y'all the niche information that I didn't even do roll call. I just noticed we got a new person in here. How do you pronounce your name? Tyrenia? Oh, you gotta unmute your mic if you're trying to talk. We got Bernetta in here. Hey, Bernetta. Nice to have you aboard with us.
Thank you. Sorry I was late, but I made it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's see. I think those are the only new people that are in here. Is Tyrenia? I hope I'm saying her name right. And Bernetta. So glad to have you ladies aboard. Hope you learned something tonight because it's really, really about understanding the niche, understanding your niche, and then how to capitalize off of it. I think I seen her pop up.
I did. It's Trina.
Wow. Would have never got it. Would have never got it. Is that, wait a minute.
Trina.
Wait a minute, because I'm looking at it. Is that how you pronounce it for real? Or is that just your nickname?
No, it's Trina. The Y and the I are silent.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They got me with that one. Joke's on me. Whoa. Did you ever ask them like how?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you ever ask them like how did they come up with the Y and the I being silent?
Yes, my mom wanted unique spellings for our names.
Right.
Her name is Arlise, and it's Arlyce. And
Okay.
then my sister's name is Amy, and it's Amie.
Okay. Gotcha. I gotcha. On that note, y'all, I will see y'all in 2 days. Nice to meet you, Trina.
Nice to meet you all too.
Good night, everybody.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
People. Later, older group.